Welcome to this special briefing. Look, we are actively unpacking some breaking data we just got our hands on regarding a highly structured security handshake. We've actually organized a live feed to show you exactly how this automated connection protocol unfolds in real time. You kind of have to forget that illusion of an instant connection where you just type in a web address and boom, you arrive at your destination. What the information we have reveals is a hidden, multi-layered gateway that you're probably hitting every single day. Let's dive in. So the live feed starts right here with a mandatory halt. 3 simple words. Just a moment, right? But this isn't just some polite request. It actually signals an immediate pause in your connection journey. It's basically a digital stop sign right at the perimeter. Our reports indicate that before absolutely anything else happens, this enforced delay triggers, completely halting your progress while these unseen automated checks kick in. So that brings us to Phase 1, the mandatory holding pattern.
Now, our breakdown maps out the entire 4-step procedure of this event based on the exact timeline we've been tracking. Step 1 is that initial freeze we just talked about, waiting for the just a moment command. Step 2 is the receipt of a verification successful message. Then, Step 3 introduces a secondary wait time, specifically awaiting the response from OpenAI.com. And finally, Step 4 actually puts the burden of action right back onto the user, enabling JavaScript and cookies. Honestly, it's a beautifully orchestrated dance of pausing, verifying, awaiting, and configuring.
Moving right along to Phase 2, security and verification complete. We've actually just received confirmation from the data that the digital perimeter has been secured. The system issues the status update, verification successful. This is a massive turning point in the timeline, guys. That holding pattern from Phase 1, it wasn't just dead time, it was an active screening process. Receiving this specific message literally means the automated verification has passed, and the request is deemed safe enough to proceed to the next barrier. And that triggers Phase 3, awaiting server response. The current status now shifts into this secondary holding state. Our briefing data shows the prompt, waiting for OpenAI.com to respond. We are effectively tracking the latency here as we wait for the target server to acknowledge that verified request and send a response back across the network. The verification is totally done, sure, but the bridge hasn't fully connected yet. We're essentially at the mercy of the destination server's response time here.
Which leads to the final step, Phase 4, critical user protocols.
Okay, so the crucial point is this final technical advisory in our feed. Enable JavaScript and cookies to continue. Listen, this isn't a suggestion, it is a hard, strict requirement. The connection attempt will absolutely fail if these specific browser settings aren't configured on the user's end. So the system has verified the connection, the server is responding, but unlocking that final destination, it is entirely dependent on your local setup.
Let's break down this requirement based on the incoming reports. While it's categorized in this challenge as a mandatory protocol, we know JavaScript functions as the critical client-side engine. You, as the user, must have it enabled to execute the continue command. Without this scripting capability active, well, the network handshake simply cannot move forward. It's a dead end. Similarly, our data heavily highlights cookies as the necessary companion requirement here. Functioning right alongside JavaScript, the user is explicitly instructed to allow these session tokens so they can successfully bypass the waiting room. It's basically a dual key system. You absolutely need both the active scripting and the cookie data enabled to clear this final hurdle. And this brilliantly illustrates the stark reality of this whole digital checkpoint. It's a binary outcome, plain and simple. On one side, if the protocols are enabled, the connection is allowed to continue. The gate swings open. But on the other side, if those protocols are disabled, the connection halts indefinitely. You are stuck in that holding pattern forever. Enabling these specific settings is the absolute deciding factor in whether this journey succeeds or fails. So what we've just briefed you on today is the unseen infrastructure of a connection. This entire sequence, from the very first just a moment holding pattern, through the verification, the server wait time, right down to the final JavaScript and cookie checks, it all often happens in just a fraction of a second. Yet, as our data proves, it represents this highly structured, incredibly rigorous digital defense system operating silently in the background of your browser. Which leaves us with a final, vital thought to consider as we wrap up this news brief. If this complex, 4-phase gateway is what it takes just to verify a single connection to OpenAI.com, what other unseen digital checkpoints do we pass through every single day to access AI? It definitely invites you to look a lot closer at your screen the next time you initiate a connection. Thanks for joining me for this breakdown. Keep your eyes open and stay curious.